Good morning. It's Monday, September 15th. Here's what we're working on. The federal government will announce its fall priorities after Parliament resumes after the summer break.
A Burlington library branch is going to be opening in a new space this morning filled with all kinds of new features. I'll have those details coming up.
The 1-0 on the way. Adamad swings at it. High pop up on the infield. Mullen giving chase into foul territory. What a catch to end it. And the celebration is on in the Rose City.
And the Welland Jackfish defeat the Barrie Baycats to capture the IBL championship.
Thanks for joining us on this Monday morning after a very busy weekend, and we are so happy that Brian Wood is back this morning.
Why, thank you.
Did you have a nice vacation?
I did. I had a lovely vacation. I made it through the days unscathed, and I am back.
Glad to hear.
Good.
Safe and sound, I think, so far, anyhow. Oh, hey, not only what a lovely day it was yesterday, but today, and all the way through the long-range forecast, we've got nothing but sunshine. So it looks beautiful for today. Our temperature at the moment sitting at 15 degrees, going to climb to 23 for the day. Humidex about 28, so a little on the sticky side, but we do have a little bit of cloud cover right now. We still have a fog advisory in effect for Hamilton, for the Niagara area, but sky is going to clear later on today. Lovely sunshine. And 23 for the day will be the high. So we'll talk about details on the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Right now, let's have a quick check on Monday morning traffic. Construction coming to an end. They try to do that by 6 o'clock. So now things are rolling better here at the 403. That's our exclusive camera right around maybe between King Road and Waterdown Road. As you can see, looks okay right there. To some MTO traffic cameras, just give you an overview. Nothing at Centennial Parkway. Toronto bound away from us. Toronto bound still away from us on this shot at the Skyway, and now towards us here at Appleby Line. So not a lot happening on the roads, and the forecast looks beautiful. We'll give you all the details on that. We'll check that coming up in a few minutes for you. But right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. Members of Parliament are back in the House of Commons today after a 3-month break. Government House Leader Steve McKinnon is set to lay out the Liberal government's fall priorities this morning. Budget issues are likely to be front and center when Prime Minister Mark Carney faces off with Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre in question period. Poilievre, who lost his Ottawa area seat in April, is coming back to the House after winning a seat in an Alberta by-election last month. The Conservatives have been pressing the Liberal minority government on what they call rising out-of-control crime in Canadian communities. Poilievre has also promised new legislation to tighten bail rules for people with past conviction or those accused of serious crimes. Carney's Liberal government has similarly promised bail reform.
Ontario Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie will resign once a successor is chosen. She fell short of two-thirds support at the party's largest ever annual general meeting.
We're all here together because we believe in something bigger than ourselves. We're here because we believe in what this party stands for: fairness, hope, compassion, and above all, opportunity.
Now, someone else will get the opportunity to lead the Ontario Liberals. On social media,
Family of a toddler who was killed when an SUV drove into a Richmond Hill daycare center last week is calling for a boost in safety at all childcare facilities. The demand comes after hundreds of family, friends, and community members gathered at a cemetery to honor 1.5-year-old Liam Rizadi. He died on Wednesday after a vehicle drove into his daycare center, leaving 6 young children and 3 adults injured. A 70-year-old man has been charged with dangerous driving causing bodily harm and dangerous driving causing death, despite police saying they do not believe this was a deliberate act. Liam's aunt says she's hoping legislation will be passed to make sure childcare facilities are designed safely.
There is no reason to have a daycare full wall glass, and there is nothing in the front to stop the car. How is supposed to blame the driver when there was no safety at the beginning? It could be prevented. We need those that in power to do something.
Now, the Ontario government is also already proposing safety changes. Education Minister Paul Calandra says it wants operators and municipalities to prevent the use of parking spaces that are next to entryways, windows, and exterior walls of classrooms or playgrounds at childcare facilities, with some exceptions.
One person has died after a crash in Oakville. Happened just before 9 yesterday morning at the intersection of Trafalgar Road and Burnhamthorpe Road East. Police say a blue motorcycle was driving through the intersection when it collided with a black SUV making a left turn. The motorcycle rider was pronounced dead at the scene. The SUV driver was taken to hospital with minor injuries.
Halton police also investigating a serious motorcycle crash in Milton. It happened before 5 a.m. yesterday on Trafalgar Road south of Britannia. Police say a motorcycle was driving northbound and crashed into the back of a car. The rider had a broken leg. The driver of the car and two other vehicles stopped to help, and that's when a minivan crashed into them. So one person suffered serious head injuries and a broken leg, while the others had minor injuries. Canadian journalist and longtime CTV news anchor Beverly Thompson has died.
I'm Beverly Thompson. Here's what's making news right now.
She died yesterday of breast cancer at the age of 61. Best known for her work on CTV News Channel, she also hosted Canada AM and W5 and worked at Global News. In 2019, Thompson was named to the Order of Canada for her contributions to broadcasting and her volunteer work for breast cancer organizations. Last fall, Thompson was awarded an Industry Lifetime Achievement Award.
Good morning.
Burlington Public Library is reopening a new Applebee branch to the public this morning at a new expanded space filled with all kinds of cool features. Simone Gavros is giving us a sneak peek at this new Applebee branch. What are you reading?
Well, good morning, Annette. And I found a book that's pretty fitting for our show. It's called Oh, Are You Awake? And it's about a penguin and a lion just learning about how to get by when it comes to being up in the morning. And we know a lot about that, being up bright and early. Now, this is the new location, and this is brand new. We got a sneak peek here this morning. This space is opening at 9 a.m., and it's here at the Robert Bateman Community Center. This has tripled the space of the previous location in Burlington. So there's a lot of excitement here. Now, people are, obviously, the shelves are all stocked, ready to go. There's going to be 3 meeting rooms that people can book in, and there's also a dedicated space for Brock University students. Now, visitors can start renting this space as of October 1st, but if you head over here, there's actually one of the coolest installations here. They have a maker space available here in these rooms, so we can walk into one of them. When we head into this area, there's 2 locations, and this one in particular is for recording audio, and then there's another one that's available for video. So people can book these spaces if they're looking to maybe record a podcast, do an assignment, similar to what we do almost, recording in these studios. But of course, everything is going to start opening this morning at 9 a.m. And all you need is a library card to get access to everything here. So later this morning, we're going to be talking to the CEO about the opening of this new branch here in Burlington, the new Applebee location, and learning a bit more about what this means for the community. But for now, Rick, I'll send things back over to you.
Thank you, Simone. For the second time in 3 years, the Welland Jackfish have climbed the summit of the Inter-County Baseball League.
The 1-0 on the way. Adamad swings at it. High pop-up on the infield. Mullen giving chase into foul territory. What a catch to end it! And the celebration is on in the Rose City.
Welland blasted Barrie 15-5 and beat the defending champion Baycats in 5 games. Brendan Luther went 4 for 5 with 3 RBI. Jonah Weisner had 3 hits, 3 runs, a couple of stolen bases. The Jackfish capped off a remarkable season in which they finished first in the IBL with 31 wins. The Blue Jays completed a 3-game sweep of the last-place Orioles.
So then he hits it high and deep to left.
George Springer smashed his team-leading 29th home run of the season as Toronto trounced the Orioles 11-2 at the Dome. Addison Barger and Ernie Clement drove in 3 runs each, and Shane Bieber allowed just 1 run on 4 hits over 6 innings while striking out 5. Toronto visits Tampa Bay tonight, and 22-year-old Trey Yasavage will make his Major League debut for Toronto. Second Sunday of the NFL season had a couple of close games and a few blowouts, and last night's contest was definitely the latter. Tyler Algier ran for the only touchdown of the game. Bijan Robinson rushed for 143 yards, and newcomer Parker Romo made 5 field goals in his Falcons debut as Atlanta cruised past Minnesota 22-6.
He took some snaps and went back out there, but expect him to ice it throughout this game.
Thank you, Trace. Look at that move by Cook. Oh, it's still going. James Cook to the end zone for a touchdown and a brilliant run.
James Cook ran for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Bills jumped out to a 20-0 lead and beat the Jets 30-10. Josh Allen shook off a bloody nose that sidelined him for a couple of plays as Buffalo moved to 2-0 while New York fell to 0-2. Brandon Aubrey hit a 64-yard field goal at the end of regulation and then added a 46-yarder at the end of overtime as the Cowboys outslugged the Giants 40-37. Russell Wilson threw for 450 yards and 3 TDs in the loss, New York's 9th straight L against Dallas. Jalen Hurts scored on a 1-yard TD run as the Eagles topped the Chiefs 20-17 in a rematch of Super Bowl 59, which was also on 27, but star quarterback Joe Burrow suffered a turf toe injury that could require surgery and sideline him for up to 3 months. The WNBA playoffs have tipped off. Asia Wilson scored 29 points as Las Vegas smoked Seattle 102-77 in Game 1 of their best-of-3 first-round series. Atlanta beat Indiana 80-68 in their series opener. New York bounced Phoenix 76-69 in overtime to take a 1-0 series lead, and Minnesota breezed past Golden State 101-72 in Game 1. For the 3rd year in a row, the Six Nations Chiefs have won the Mann Cup. The Chiefs raced out to an early 5-1 lead before New Westminster tied the game at 6-all. But Six Nations dominated the rest of the way and pulled out a 12-7 victory on Saturday to take the Box Lacrosse Championship in 7 games. The McMaster football team fell to 0-3 after they lost 29-13 in Windsor on Saturday, and the Hamilton Hurricanes crushed Quinte 45-10 to improve to 4-2 in Canadian junior football.
All right, here we go into this Monday morning, halfway through the month of September. September the 15th already. Time is coming up on 6:13. Traffic, first of all. Nothing to see here on the 403. Looks good there, so no problems 403 around Waterdown Road. That's our exclusive camera. Let's go to some MTO traffic cameras. We do have a collision on the QEW going through the Lincoln Beamsville area, the QEW at Ontario Street. Unfortunately, there's no MTO traffic cameras there, but the left lane is blocked. Otherwise, QEW 405 St. Catharines, Centennial Parkway, starting to slow down already here at Fairview as you approach Brant Street. Volume building through there. Ford plant looks good. Nothing at Etobicoke Creek. Just the one problem, QEW in the Lincoln area, Toronto-bound lanes at Ontario Street. All right, let's get to the temperatures that we have and how we're starting out this Monday morning. Sky is clearing. Now, it was mostly cloudy a while ago. Now it is mainly clear, so the sky will continue to clear as the morning goes on. Temperature right now 15. Humidity right up there at 100%. There is a fog advisory for Hamilton and the Niagara Peninsula. For school today, 23 with a humidex of 28 today. So a little cooler than yesterday. Yesterday, 26, humidex of 30, but lovely sunshine for the day today. Air quality risk for today? Nope, in the low risk category. No problems there. Ridge of high pressure up into Quebec is giving us fairly clear skies, and that's going to hang on for a while. We've got a low pressure system way out to the west of us and one coming up the east coast, but no, it's not really going to bother us with any precipitation all the way through the 7-day forecast, actually. So today, the sky will clear, lovely sunshine, temperatures 23, 24, even 26 in some areas. So the sun will be with us. UV index high, of course. Tonight, temperature, well, mild for Niagara Falls at 17. Otherwise, 11, 12, 14 degrees for Toronto. And again, clear skies tonight. Lovely sunshine tomorrow. 23, 24, 25, even 26 and 27. So temperatures in the mid-20s. Bit of a humidex for the Hamilton area of about 27. So out the door, 15th of September, mainly clear, winds are light, temperature 15. Long range coming up. Annette, Rick.
Okay, thanks very much, Brian. Coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily with a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. Lots of things going on in Chit Chat this morning. And in business news, a new agency's been announced to build more affordable homes across Canada. 6:17 on your Monday morning. Time to say good morning to Emily.
Hi, good morning. Well, it's all about the Emmys. We're taking a look at some of the highlights from last night's award show. And this is going to be so much fun, you guys. I hope you have your buzzer hand. Wow, it's Monday.
Get the buzzers. We need to get buzzers.
You have buzzers? You're going to have buzzers because I hope you have your hand ready. There is a brand new game show coming to CHCH, and we are going to have a lot of fun with that. Okay. It's going to be you guys versus me.
Oh, okay.
Meaning, I'm the moderator and you two are against each other.
Again? Here we go again.
We finished up the rivalry on Saturday.
No, we're continuing the trend this morning.
Oh, I wonder if I'll win again.
Probably.
She said. And later on this morning, we'll get a sneak peek at the Fine Arts Society of Milton's 27th annual studio art tour.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks very much. Okay, coming up in business news, in overseas trading actually this morning, the Canadian dollar is up 5 basis points to 72.3 cents US. Gold's down $8.40 an ounce. Crude oil is up 26 cents at just under $63 a barrel. Midday trading in Europe, and markets are down in London but up in Frankfurt and Paris.
Over in Asia, markets were up in Tokyo and Hong Kong, but down a bit in Shanghai. And on North American markets, the TSX dropped 124 points on Friday. The Dow was down 273. The Nasdaq gained nearly 100 points. U.S. stock futures are up in pre-market trading this morning ahead of central bank interest rate decisions.
The federal government has launched the new Build Canada Homes Agency with a $13 billion budget aimed at speeding up affordable housing. The agency will oversee construction of 4,000 homes on federally owned land in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Longueuil, Quebec, Ottawa, Toronto, Winnipeg, and Edmonton. Prime Minister Mark Carney says the money will give financial incentives to builders to help cut upfront costs. Many of these homes will be factory-built modular units, with the first project set to break ground early next year.
The core challenge at present in the housing market is it's just too hard to build. Loans are expensive, developers face year-long delays in permitting, and land and development charges and taxes can make up half of project costs. These are some of the reasons that there has been no productivity growth in construction in the past 40 years. And since the pandemic, construction productivity has actually fallen. We need big changes to turn this around.
It's projected that Canada's overall housing starts will almost need to double by 2035 to meet current demand, rising to 480,000 home builds a year.
Bank of Canada is widely expected to lower its policy rate this week amid signs of weakness in the Canadian economy. The central bank has held its policy rate steady at 2.75% in 3 straight decisions as it waits to see how the trade war affects inflation. The Bank of Canada will also get a look at StatsCan's August inflation figures the day before its interest rate decision on Wednesday. And after 9 months of holding its key interest rates steady, the U.S. Federal Reserve is also expected to announce a rate cut.
Okay, we're taking a quick break right now. Brian is going to be back with traffic and your 7-day forecast. And if you didn't hear him at the top of the show, it's pretty good.
Good morning. Coming up on 624 on this Monday morning, 15th of September. Now, you can see a bit of haze in this MTO traffic shot. This is the QEW 406 in St. Catharines. Fog advisory in effect for the Niagara Peninsula and for Hamilton, but no problems traffic there. We do have a collision going through Lincoln, the Beamsville-Lincoln area on the QEW, Toronto bound at Ontario Street. Collision there. There's no camera there, unfortunately. Top of the Skyway is getting busy. Nothing east of Appleby or Sheridan. Looking in the 403 at Mavis, doing fine so far. Okay. Temperatures that we have to start our morning here, we're above seasonal to start a day here. 15 for Hamilton, Mississauga, 16 Grimsby, 17 into Toronto. Seasonals for this time of year now are 21 for the daytime high and 10 degrees for the overnight low. This is our sun time. Sun doesn't come up till 6:59 this morning, down at 7:30, and records for today. Now, for school today, should be 18 degrees for the first bell, a little bit of cloud cover, and then skies clear nicely later on today. 23 will be the high. Humidex, well, you factor in the humidity, it'll feel like about 28. So 23 today, 13 tonight, 23 Humidex, 27 tomorrow. Look at the sunshine all the way through the week. Wednesday, Thursday, 26 both days in sun. Gets a little bit cooler for Friday, but no precipitation. Sun cloud mix Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 21, and then 18 for the weekend. That's forecast. Annette, right?
Thank you, Brian. We had a lot of fun on Saturday at the United Way plane pull.
Ready, set. Let's go, let's go.
So Team Rick and Team Annette were among more than 90 teams pulling cargo jets at John C. Munro Hamilton International Airport. Together, our two CHCH teams raised more than $12,000 for the United Way. The event itself raised more than $291,000 and counting because donations are still being accepted. The money helps United Way continue its vital programs addressing food insecurity, housing, mental health, and support for youth and seniors.
And 3 cheers for Team Annette, winning the day on Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you.
There are unconfirmed reports there's a doorstop in the grassy knoll at the Hamilton Airport, which prevented our plane from crossing the finish line.
It was the technique. I have to give our executive producer, Sue McDonald, full creds because she did all the research on the proper way to pull.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Your team nailed it.
Yeah. It worked.
Stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning. Your strategy did work.